The real reason why I'm making this video, and I'm sure if you guys saw the previous one, I am currently building out a sales team for a popular influencer. He offers a business package that helps you grow your personal brand, helping him build his entire sales team. Plan is to have this doing $1 million a month within the next 3 to 4 months. So, just for context, he was doing about 500K, around 5 to 700K a month 6 to 7 months ago. He shut marketing off for about 4 months. Now he is back at zero. Okay, and I'm rebuilding this thing from scratch. So that's where I'm at. Here's the call. I'll review it later. All right, let's do it. I have the call open up and we will start it up. For working type of thing? Yeah. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. So, I mean, would you say like this? One thing I will say really quick, a couple things. I forgot to press record until probably 4 minutes into the conversation. Number two, this guy came in with no camera. So just for context, this is the guy that I cold called, and booked for a call myself. So he has a business that he's doing, I think like 20K a month with, for himself. And he has like 90,000 followers on Instagram. And so he jumped in with no camera. And what I've learned, at least for me with Zoom calls, it is such a higher likelihood to close the deal if both of us have our front camera on. You know, I could read kind of emotional cues, facial expressions, and so forth. So whenever someone joins it with no camera, I kindly tell them to put the camera on. And he told me, funny enough, his front camera on his laptop was broken. So I nicely had him join in through a cell phone. So that's why he's on his cell phone. And it was a productive conversation, so I don't really bug too much. Sometimes I even tell people like, hey, place your front camera on the desk so I could look at you. So that's where we are at with the conversation, and I'll keep playing it. Just not getting enough high quality clients for yourself. Yeah. Okay, 11 clients in the past 3 months. That's not bad. Do you have like a goal that you're looking for the business, or have you thought about that?
What time frame?
I hate to place time frames. Do you have one? I mean, let's say like 6 month goal, right? Like, or are you happy with the 3, 4 clients you're closing per month? Do you see something bigger for yourself?
I see way more for myself. I will be generating probably 50K a month, bare minimum, in 6 months.
So 50K a month in the next 6 months. Let's say, what sells the most for you out of all your packages?
Typically the 3 months. I mean, the 6 months. 2.5K.
Okay, so 50,000. You know what your close rate looks like?
Around 60. Around 60.
Yeah, so to hit that 50K a month with a middle tier package, I'll be what, 14 closes a month. What, like say 50%. Well, how many calls is what you're looking at? How many calls are you booking currently? Like 6, 7?
Book 4 this week. Book 2. I booked 4 the week before, 2 shows. Closed 1 the other 2. There's an average probably 15 calls a week. I don't know what.
Okay, yeah, 15 calls a week, 7 no show, a couple are unqualified, and then there's like one crazy stupid. So, for context, what I'm trying to do here is figure out what his goal is with the business, where he wants to go, and then where he's at currently, and then what is stopping him from getting there. But the thing is with that, I need him to say it in his own words. Obviously, for me, selling a $13,000, $12,000 product that's going to help a business grow their organic presence. What I think is that he needs to continue growing his organic presence. But it's a hell of a lot more powerful if he says that rather than me tell him. So what I'm doing is asking him the questions of what is your goal? How far away currently are you hitting from that goal based off your current situation? And then what do you think you need to do to get to that goal? So are they all coming just straight organically for yourself? I mean, missing what you can, or like, are you doing paid ads?
I have started running paid ads about
YouTube. Okay. Has that been yielding any results?
I'll go to leads.
Okay. Good leads? That's a
They're not my exact ideal avatar, but they're men that like coverage like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, I have my own ideas, but I do want to ask, like, what do you feel like you have to do to get to that point where you're close to 50 clients a month?
get more leads.
Okay. And with the paid ads, how much have you been getting the past weeks? Another thing I see with this call is you do have to be comfortable with silence and thinking. This guy was very kind of quiet and thought all the time. And for a lot of people, they get nervous in those situations and then just start talking too much. So you ask pointed questions and you shut the hell up and let them talk. Funny enough, I was looking at a script right here at the questions I wrote out.
How about you, Jay?
Okay. Yeah, that's I mean, a lot of times, like, say, for example, Mark, he was crushing it. He's going to probably generate 40K a month, but he was relying so heavily on paid ads that it's like the ads were taking up like 60% of his margins. And so it was really like dialing in off the organic structure and making sure he has all the right numbers in place that got him over that. Started at 6 figures, 400, 300K a month, and so forth. So what do you see as getting into that point of doing the 50K a month? Like, is it focusing more on organic or is that why you're getting paid ads?
Yes. I'm getting paid ads because everyone's looking for a skill that everyone has.
Yeah. Sometimes, right? I mean, Devin's never gonna out of his life. A lot of it, I'd say, when it comes to making content, especially if like they go like, I'm getting leads from organic, but it's not the people I want to work with. But it's being able to make that content that attracts your ideal client in the right direction. So what I was mentioning was if you wanting to grow your organic presence, that's something that you focus on and that you see value, right? Because you remember Mark does this, he was already doing 50K up with his business, but he was very all bent on continuing to grow his business because he knew that was going to turn more cash flow.
I believe organic that's important data. Because they come to profile to get out, get no content.
A couple things. One, I had to skip view a couple minutes because I screen shared his social profiles. I don't know if I'm allowed to do that on YouTube, especially without his permission. So, number two, once again, I need him to say this is something that he wants to do. I can't force him to be like, hey, grow your organic presence more. I was asking questions to lead him down the path of him seeing the value in growing his organic presence to get to his goal number, which is 50K a month. Okay. And you mentioned you're doing what, 50K a month right now? Goals to get to the 50.
Last month I turned 1.2, the 1.26, 1.19.
Yeah.
Kind of like a local.
Okay. Do you have like any you see any competitors in the space? Yeah. Selling something similar as you think of something later? They're crushing it. Yeah. One thing I should have done that I'm watching this is make his goals feel small. Right. When he said, you're doing 10 or 15K a month goals to get to 50, he says, yes. I should have said, okay. That's not an issue, man. Most people that come in and work with X person, the person I'm working for, is looking to get to 200, 300, 400K a month, which is true. And which is what he does with his clients. But kind of like a psychology thing. One, letting them know, man, your goals are small, but saying that in a way that he assesses the guys who will take him past those goals. Because that's just a 6-month goal, meaning he wants to get to 6 figures, 7 figures a month with his business. So when he told me goals 50K, small thing, but kind of like challenging him as me like, yeah, okay, 50K a month. Most guys coming in here, man, that won't be an issue, are looking to get to, 200, 300, 400K a month. I'm still surprised for you. Like, there has to be something going wrong. You're getting like for 15,000 views per video, closing 3 to 4 a month is definitely on the low end here. But let me know this, like, is this something that you are looking for help for, man, as far as just like continuing to grow your content strategy, dial in on that aspect that we could get more leads and keep growing the business?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, man, I mean, out for a reason. We could definitely help. We've worked with so many people. Couple things. One, I'm done with the discovery phase of the call. If you guys want to see, I don't know, throw in the comments and I could break down each part of a sales call. Discovery is where I'm asking him questions to find what he's looking for, what the problem is with his business, what his goal is, and so forth, which is what I'm doing here. And last thing, I'm not looking at a script at this point. So Scripts are cool when you're starting off with sales, but they really do hold you back because a lot of times you're not listening to the person and asking questions that are coming to your head based off what you're saying. You're just staring at some script, and it's not an organic conversation. That's all sales is, especially consulting. You're just having an organic conversation with someone. So on this call, I started off with the script, but throughout, I just got comfortable enough to where I just listened to him and then ask questions that came up to my head. So that's why you see me looking to the side and thinking, because I'm actually thinking about what he's saying and, the next question I need to ask. On the fitness space that have one of them, 10 more that are completely fresh up with us. And yes, growing your organic presence is what we focus on. By the way, now I'm about to pitch. But the big thing, that's a vanity metric. You could get 100,000 views per video, but if it's not pushed towards your ideal client, it's not actually going to turn those eyeballs into cash. So that's the big thing that we focus on here. Like I said, it takes on 4 or 5 people a month. It's really what it looks like. I work with them for 6 months. Most people are getting to the point where they have 150, 200,000 followers at the end of those 6 months, sometimes more, like Ryan, but he's also a killer on camera. And in direct correlation with that, more lead flow comes in, they're making a ton more money for the business, and we help with everything, right? So I do want to give you a good breakdown of that. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Badass. Well, let's do one thing first, man. Since permission to proceed. So just asking for permission to break down what it is. It's something small, but still powerful to do, because I want this guy to feel like he's in control of the conversation, even though I'm leading the entire thing. I want to show you where he came in at and kind of where he's at now with everything. So I do have some good stuff I could show you as long as I could find it really quick. How to edit your videos correctly, how to hire editors, how to train them. But on top of that, the correct way to monetize your organic audience. Yeah, so I'm pitching. I'm going to be skimming through this. I don't know if I should show it to you guys or if the CEO would get pissed at me. I'm just kind of doing my thing here. There was a lot of silence in this call of me just sitting there, letting him think based off what I told him. Well, let me know. Do you have any questions on any of that? Does that kind of sound like what you're looking for?
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked with last month for the $1 million guarantee, but that's it. I'll just say $18,000. But I broke up in $1,000 month payment after the second 12 weeks. Bro, this fucking shit like that.
Yeah.
They told me they have all top 10 top that I will be doing my need.
Have you seen the views on his videos?
Yeah, they're horrible.
Great. Yeah. I should kind of answer your question. But I mean, listen, Ryan, he's worked with that. I mean, I literally showed the video talking about it. But if that helps, do you really think that would, if he's literally worked stuff?
Probably not.
I probably bleeped out his name, but what I asked, I said, let me know, do you think this is something that will work for you? And then he kind of word vomited, which I maybe should have found out earlier by asking questions in discovery, that he worked with a competitor of ours and didn't get any results. So there was, I remember and you saw me think there, I could have either trashed the company by giving a statement, or I could ask him a question to realize that they were just a trash company, which is what I did. I said, hey, the CEO, how good is his videos doing? He said, they're doing horrible. And I said, yeah, that should answer your question. But let me ask you this. Do you think our CEO would seriously let you fail? And he said, no. So, quick objection handle. Which, by the way, you guys, if you see people selling you something to teach you frameworks for objection handling, it's kind of bullshit. Just have an organic conversation, and being able to lead people. There's no magic word track or, Jedi mind tricks that you could do to handle an objection. Just listen to what they have to say, and just having an organic conversation. Well, let me know. What's top of mind for you, man? It's like a D. A lot of silence. This is out 1.5 times speed. So sometimes I'm sitting there for like 15 seconds.
You're turning me. I don't know.
Let me know, bro. I mean, do you have any questions? Does everything make sense for you? Start with that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, the big thing, man, and like Devin is really big on like working with the right type of people. But not only that, like, do you feel like this will work for you to get to that next level for yourself where you're doing the 50K a month, on the same line? Double
I
time.
work my fitness center, so yeah.
It all makes sense on my end. But yeah, man, I mean, just to break everything down, I thought I dropped the price already and I missed it. He was asking a lot of questions after I pitched him. Or let's get a better pause. Still look weird there too, but so I'm about to drop the price of everything right now. He still doesn't know the price point. And before that, a couple things I've been doing towards the end is one, hyping up that he could do it, and then being super convicted in us getting him to X result. So you could see me saying that, you could kind of see it in my expression, the way I'm speaking, just being convicted in what you're selling. It's a transference of belief at the end of the day. And if I am super confident and fully believing in what we do with helping him, that belief will transfer over to him and he'll buy. But another thing I'll say, you'll never be able to be convicted in a product that sucks or working for a company you don't believe in. I'm working for someone I believe in, and I'm seriously think the product is super good because I've seen it work for other people. So that's one thing. You guys don't work for some bullshit company that's selling bullshit. Number two, I got a double tie down before pitching the price. So let's put my face right here. Before saying the price, I asked him, beautiful, what is most important is making sure, based off what we touched on, man, do you feel like this could get you to your X goal, 50K a month? He said yes. Right. That's how I know he's fully confident in everything. And it makes sense for me to drop the price now because I have a higher likelihood of him saying yes. If he said no, he obviously had more objections I had to go over before telling him the price. So there's another thing you could even do if they need it. If they say yes, this will get them to their goal, but you feel a little like, like, I don't know if this guy's serious. You say, why? Okay, what do you feel like will work for you? He says, well, I really like this. I really like this. I really like that. And then you move on to price dropping. I felt like he didn't need it for this, so I just got that single tie down. Hey, do you feel like this will work for you to get tech school? He said, yes. Cool. Let's drop the price. It's like the working relationship with them. It is 6 months, right? Within that 6 months, what it is, it's broken down to 12.5K for the entire 6 months as a whole. And that includes everything that we spoke on. There is different ways to break it up. What's important for Devin is working with the right type of people, not like, hey, if you have enough to pay out. So
What was the last thing you said?
no, I was just mentioning for the investment, 12.5K for the 6 months and different ways to break it up. Another key after price dropping, just shut up and stay silent. Don't say anymore. You'll see here, I tell them the price. I just sit there. Hey, cool thing to mention. I have a school community, you guys. It's for salespeople. I'll mention it here. It's free. I'll put the link in my bio. If you are interested in high ticket sales, remote sales, I train you, I job place you. It's free. The link's below. As long as you're not weird, you could apply. If you look cool, like a real human, I will let you in. And I teach you all this shit.
12.5K, you said? Okay, let's say I got started today. About how long would it be before I have like enough information or whatever to start making reels?
Next week. Not sooner. Got to be in pocket with the close. If they ask a question, straightforward answer and shut up. Most people aren't this silent. This guy was oddly silent, sitting there for like 20 seconds at a time, sometimes longer, just thinking. And I would just sit there. Sometimes I'll look at my phone, check my emails, check my texts. But next steps are simple. I still want to get you connected with the onboarding call for this next week. It's like 45 minutes. I know you'll be able to make it, but that's just super important, just so you can meet some people on our team and just kind of have a good outline of what to expect.
And the call is Monday?
Yeah, we'll schedule that together. The call would definitely be on Monday at 1 p.m.
It's 1 p.m. PST, what time?
Your time. Yeah, PST. Okay, man. Are you excited?
Yes, sir.
Good.
I'll grab my card 1 second.
He said, I'm going to go grab my card 1 second. So that's a dub. I obviously fast forwarded. You guys, this guy had kind of a lot of objections, and maybe I'll do a full objection handle call that you guys could see. But I sped through some of it. But all that to say, open up. There you go. Good call. That was my first sales call, and I got him all the way to the point of payment. We tried his card like 4 or 5 times. It kept declining. I asked him to call his bank. The bank was closed. I asked him to do live chat with the bank. They didn't get back to him, and sometimes you do everything you can. I did make sure, like, double, triple tie down at the end. Hey, let's book a call to take payment tomorrow, but I want to make sure you're confident. This is something you want to do. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, cool. We'll get past it. Let's book the call tomorrow. So I did schedule that call. It's for 4 p.m. tomorrow. It's always important to schedule it on the actual call, but that is a win, you guys. That's the sales call review that I do on myself. Once again, what my game plan is with this company, I have the leads. The marketing is revamping again. I'm testing cold calling. I'm testing DM/SMS setting. I'm going to get email marketing going over the next couple of weeks. As soon as I start closing deals consistently, I'm going to pull in a sales rep to take my position. And from there, I'll just be managing the entire team. I have 1 setter in right now. I plan on bringing another one in this next Monday or Tuesday. Just 1 day of testing that and seeing that I set 2 calls by calling, and the setter that I brought in set 2 via DMs is enough proof for me to know, let's start pouring people into this. Okay, so I'm going to pull myself out of that seat. I'm going to get someone to do the calls for me, someone to continue setting. I'll keep closing. Great sign that I close this first deal. I should by tomorrow. And eventually I'll be pulling myself out of this closing seat as well. And then just building systems around everything. Like I said in the beginning, it's important that I prove the path to go down before building an actual system around it. That way I don't waste my own time. So now that I have some proof, at least for that front end setting system, I'll build systems around that. As I start closing more deals, I build systems around me closing. And then from there, I'll just have people doing that stuff, and I'll be sipping margaritas and leading the team. So that's the goal. Hope you guys like the video. If you want to join my free sales group, you could hit the link in the bio. Hopefully you guys like this. Let me know, and I'll see you tomorrow.